All right. Go ahead and introduce yourself while we're here.
Yes, I'm Jen. I'm the psychic medium for Pops and psychic knower.
We're here to help a client out, so she will be the one on camera, not me. And we'll see what she picks up and gets. So, all right.
You can definitely feel the energy as soon as you turn down this street. Behind the home, there's some big old high power lines. And it's weird. I drove through the neighborhood a little bit, and this is the only spot you can really feel that energy. So it makes me wonder if that connector is loose and creating a lot of EMF. I think it is. I feel that it is. Because you can't, this is the only street you feel it. You don't feel it anywhere else. Now, but that gutter. Stepping onto the property is different. It just feels really heavy, really oppressive, like you're being weighed down. Almost like you have like 200 pounds of cement hanging from your arms and your shoulders. I think whatever's here is being amplified by the high EMF. And what's funny is I can hear a buzzing coming off of those lines. So I know last year there was a windstorm, and it's making me think that maybe the lines are loose.
That's the REM pod going off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I pulled up, that window on the far side, I was being stared at. Male.
That one to there.
Yeah, male. I would say mid 50s to mid 60s. Very territorial. He does not like the neighborhood or what it's become. It's very angry. I feel like I'm walking quicksand now. And I think people who live here are probably seeing shadow figures, and I don't think it's just their property. I think it's the other homes as well. Because I'm seeing shadow figures walking in the front, going around to the back and back properties, looking through people's windows. That's way too many shadow people. Way too many. It's at least 20. And worse is there's a large one that likes to hang out amongst these trees. He kind of lurks. It's like you think you see him, but you don't see him. But I feel that he is looking through people's windows. I think he also likes to play with people's cars. Because I see him playing with somebody's car, tapping on it.
That's the REM pod still going off. It's picking up heat signatures and stuff inside.
Yeah, it's the old guy. He does not want me here. He keeps telling me, go away. You're not welcome here. This is my house. This is my property. So, yeah, the closer I get to it, he's trying to push me away. He's trying to push me away. He does not want me here. Feels like there's more than one inside. Besides the shadow people in the neighborhood, feels like there's something else inside. I think the people who live here possibly hear knocking on the outside walls of their home, especially at night. Like rap, rap, rap. Real faint. but it's enough that it's disturbing. They'll think that maybe somebody's at the door. Nobody's there. I hear a dog barking when that happens. And it's the big shadow figure wanting in.
Hmm.
Yeah. He likes the house next door to them the most. I'm hearing one of my guides say, don't go in there. Yeah, I'm hearing one of my guides saying, don't go in there. It's not a good place. It's not healthy. I think because of the high EMF and the power lines, this would affect people physically. They'd get headaches a lot, nausea, dizziness. And that old guy's not helping. I feel like he owned this property at one time. But he doesn't like any of the houses here. So I think he may have been one of the farmers or ranch holders that owned this land. Was probably forced to sell when they moved to Boardman.
Sorry, pole's in the way.
He does not want me in. He's making it known. But I'm still here. It's not healthy. Nightmares. I'm getting that the people who live here are getting nightmares, especially children. Some of it's caused by the old guy. Some of it's caused by the shadow figures, but it feels like there's something else here. A lot larger, a lot meaner, but it's hiding.
Let me go in front of you.
Okay, well, there's a little girl playing with the REM pod. She's in a calico dress. Looks like from Pioneers. Okay. Okay, I'm smelling sulfur. I smell rotten eggs. It smells like an Indian, the only way to describe it is a dead animal carcass that's been out in the sun for a couple of days. In the middle of an Indiana summer. Yeah. Looks like they're having electrical issues, especially in the kitchen. Some of it's coming from the hole in the back. Yeah, if you're in the kitchen, you're going to feel real dizzy. Because it's a direct line from where I'm standing right to the tower that holds up the high power lines. Something tells me it's worse when it's windy. But definitely a lot of electrical issues, especially in the kitchen. Lights flickering.
That's why I can see there is a lot of energy within. That was my K2 meter, letting you guys see it.
Mm-hmm. I also feel like the cabinets tend to open on their own, especially drawers. Somebody's playing with the cabinets. Some of it's a little girl. She just admits she likes to play. So she's curious. The old guy that's here, he doesn't like these people. He doesn't like kids. He doesn't like them.
He needs to get over it, though.
He's not. His territory. He doesn't want them here. He wants them gone.
Would he throw anything?
So will the little girl. That's here.
Little girl would throw something just to play, but
To play, to get attention. But it's usually going to be like a toy or something. No, this old guy, if he's throwing stuff, it's going to be something bigger, something that adults are drawn to. I feel like he's also moving objects. He's trying to drive them out. He's also giving the kids nightmares. Says they don't discipline their kids. They need to beat their kids more. Says they're too soft. He actually wants to kill the kids.
That's mean.
Well, he doesn't like that. He also likes to knock stuff off of the fridge. Okay, somebody just ran through here.
Really?
Yeah, real fast.
That was right to left, or was it left to right?
From here to there, towards the garage. And it feels like there's a lot of traffic right in here. Going right through here. They probably hear the doors rattle from the traffic. They may hear like knock on the doors.
She said you can actually go in there as her roommates.
Oh, yeah. Shadow person.
They sure like that.
Oh, it's a new toy.
We need a fireplace like that.
Short out our electrical. No, there's a shadow person that hangs out here. And I can see shadow people looking in through this window. These shadow people are drawn to the person who's here, who sleeps here. And it feels like the person who sleeps here, they're not getting a lot of sleep. They're not. They wake up feeling like somebody's watching them all the time. So they're really stressed, so they're not sleeping, and they're sick all the time. The sickness is being caused by that EMF. This person's really, really sensitive to that EMF. So they're having issues with nausea constantly, probably having a hard time keeping a decent meal down, a lot of dizziness, a lot of headaches. And that stresses them out. But I feel like they're seeing a shadow person. I'm seeing they see one person, a shadow person that comes to the foot of the bed, stares at them, and they see him. He's big. He's got red eyes. He's just staring. And sometimes when they wake up from a nightmare or something, they're seeing like 3 or 4 shadow people in that corner, lurking and looking at them. I also feel like they're going to hear voices, disembodied voices, especially at night. And the nightmares are being caused by that shadow person. This person's sensitive. This is sensitive. That's why the shadow people are drawn. But this person doesn't know how to protect, how to shield. And the EMF is just not helping. Because it feels like their abilities are scattered. But yeah, the nightmares.
It's funny that REM pod keeps going off.
It's the little girl, the pioneer girl. But yeah, they're not sleeping well. And I think at times they probably feel like they want to leave, but they can't. They dread coming home. Never break your hip.
We have light. I can see you better. Here, let me get in front of you. You feel anything on the outside?
Not yet.
Well,
The little pioneer girl's here. She's drawn to this family because they have kids her own age. She says a wagon rolled over her.
mm-hmm.
That she was buried nearby. She said when they buried me, I could see the river. And I know, sweetie, you're playing with that. You think that thing's neat.
It picks up heat right now. And if they actually touch the antenna, all right, while I'm here, I'm coming down. Go like this. When you do that, it helps.
She likes that sound.
Hold on. See that? Use the energy and come and touch it. Touch the antenna.
Touch the silver stick.
You see that stick on there? Touch it.
It won't hurt you.
See? Go ahead. Here. There. Go ahead and grab the antenna. We'll let you do it. Maybe she will actually touch it, maybe.
Keep in 1853.
1853?
Yeah. She said we came from Missouri.
Here. I'll turn that thing back on for you. Huh? There.
She's about maybe 6, 7 years old.
Huh.
Braids.
Hopefully she'll touch it again.
She said they also lost her baby brother. He died too, along with one of her uncles. Said they were attacked by Indians. They were on their way to Oregon City.
Wow.
Yep. Well, we're not too far away from the Oregon Trail. When they moved Boardman, they moved it closer to where the trail was. But she also likes to play with the TV. So I get a feeling that the TV may change channels on its own. I see it doing that, or just turning itself off.
We have a question from Nydia or Nita. If you're a medium, yes, she is a medium. She's also a psychic knower.
But I also feel that that old man also likes to hang out here. And when he is here and the TV's on, he'll throw things. Or he also interacts with the living, scratching. They might get scratches on them because he doesn't like the TV. He hates it. It's noisy to him. He hates it. He wants it to go away. Now, he really does not like the people here.
And when you're saying throw things, what do you throw? Hats, jackets?
Clothing, personal items is what he's throwing. He wants them gone. He says they're too noisy, they're rude, they're disrespectful. He's been trying to get into the house next door that way, but they have it protected, so he can't get in. Because he's using some racial slurs about those people on that side.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're welcome. We do our work for free. We're not in for the money. We're actually there to help the clients and try to figure out what's going on.
And I got a feeling when he's around, it's gonna smell that like sulfur. Doesn't mean it's demonic. It's like there's meat decaying is what it smells like. So when he's around and he's getting active, that's what they're going to smell. And he does it on purpose to try to drive them out. So that's admitting to smacking somebody. So I don't know. But that okay, I can really hear those lines over the traffic. They're really buzzing. And there's energy coming off that tower. These lines are not grounded. And these lines are connected to the wind farm downriver. I can hear it. It's static. It sounds like it's crawling, but I think I'm feeling pins and needles all over my body from it. And I got a feeling when they had that windstorm a year ago, it's when things really got bad. And it's causing power surges, not just in this home, but the home next door, the home over there, basically all the homes on this road. They're getting power surges, unexplained power surges, and it's coming from that. Even worse is I'm seeing shadow figures crawling on it. I also have a residual haunting through here. Seeing a cowboy drive cattle through here. Oh, that's a new one for me. Because I can hear them driving the cows. I think that they'll also hear sounds of horses and cows and men. It's residual. I don't think this cattle drive was successful.
Would they also see a figure out here? What looks like a woman?
Yeah, except for she's kind of hiding from me. She's more over there right now.
Over at the other two?
Yeah. Judging by her dress, I would say maybe 1900s, early 1900s. She's still wearing her death state. So I'm seeing that part of her skull is caved in. She wasn't murdered. It was an accident. Something about falling off her horse. Because the way she's dressed, she's not dressed as she was poor, more like she was wealthy. Something about riding her horse. I'm saying that the horse reared, it got spooked by a rattlesnake, and she got bucked off and hit her head on a rock. So that may explain why part of her head is caved in. She died instantly, but it happened near here. But she wasn't found for several years, though, because she didn't tell anybody where she was going. She feels like she's maybe in her mid-40s when she died. Something about being near 3 Mile Canyon is where the ranch home was. So she's a long ways from home. She was on her way to Boardman when it happened. And where Boardman is now is not its original location. Its original location is underwater. But the power company needs to come out and check these lines. These lines are not grounded.
That was the REM pod going off.
Uh-huh.
That's actually kind of cool. We're out here and it's going off, but we're not in there. I know for a fact I do feel the energy from the power lines. I felt it when I first talked to the client.
Yeah.
But she understands about you going in blind. And yes, we are not going to go off. We're just going to turn off the camera before the client gets home to set it up so you guys can actually hear us and know that we're not setting it up or anything. But we'll get all that going later, but we got to finish with the walkthrough for her.
They would see the shadow figures coming down off of that tower at night, climbing down and then coming through here, through this backyard. I feel like this is really high traffic. Quite a few of them are drawn to the house next door. They want to get into that house on the other side, but they can't. It's shielded. So somebody there has the home. I feel that it's been blessed by a priest. And the family has strong faith, or at least somebody in there does, that they have their home protected. And they're ticked that they can't get into that home. They want to get into that home. And I feel that you're going to see them marching by.
It sounded like somebody was running in the home there.
Yeah, I heard it too.
So I wasn't hearing things.
But yeah, there's just, I don't know why there's so many shadow figures. The big one with the red eyes, that one's a troublemaker. He goes into that one bedroom. I feel like somebody called him here. And he's brought his minions with him, and now he's trapped here. He's showing me a Ouija board. So somebody, not in this home, but somebody in the neighborhood used a Ouija board and brought him here. They're gone, but he's telling me this is his playground. He likes to play. And energy from the power lines is driving me nuts. And yeah, because I don't feel that it's grounded properly. I don't think it's limited to just this home. I think a lot of people nearby are probably, they have unexplained headaches, unexplained dizzy spells, and nausea. Probably getting told by doctors, oh, it's the flu, oh, it's this. No, it's been caused by that. Because when they're away from this, away from their home, they feel better. Those symptoms go away. So that thing is not grounded.
One bad thing about walking backwards.
Yeah, well, you're not a cripple.
I know. Nope. Almost knocked over some shoes.
No, and I got a funny feeling that little dollhouse, things go missing from it. And that's the little girl. She wants to play. She wants to play with the dolls.
Okay, that's weird. We come in and it goes quiet.
Uh-huh. It's the old guy, he's telling everybody else, shut up, shut up. If we're quiet and we hide, she'll go away. Because he really does not like me. Yeah. The same big shadow figure. He walks through this hallway. I think at night they're seeing like shadow figures through here. And they'll see him, and he's going to look like he fills up the whole hallway.
Hmm.
It's going to be really, really big. Real threatening. And that little girl, she'll come in here. She wants to protect the baby from the mean guy. The mean guy, he really hates that baby. I see him kind of standing over the crib. I feel like he has hurt this child. He's given the child not only nightmares, but I think he's physically hurt the child, pinching. And it's getting blamed on the other kids. And it's him. Because he sees the child sleeping, he showed me he likes to pinch, to wake the kid up. And then he'll shake the crib too. He does not like the baby. The little girl here, he likes to hit her. Because I see him hitting her chest when she's sleeping and giving her night terrors. I also feel that maybe she's woken up with scratches, and that was from the little girl trying to protect her from him. And she's seen both. She's seen both the old guy and the little girl in here. She's terrified. I feel like she doesn't even want to come to bed at night. She's afraid to. So getting her to go to bed is going to be difficult. I know she's probably having a lot of nightmares, but she's not wanting to explain why. I feel terror and anxiety coming from her. And it's always at night. She does not want to come to bed. She likes spending the night away because she can sleep. She's also seen that same big shadow figure in her closet. A lot of anxiety here. A lot of anxiety. And it's coming from both.
I need a light right behind you.
I got shocked. Yeah,
the cover's off, that's why.
Well, it's the electrical issues in the home are being caused by the ungrounded high power lines.
Mm.
And it's damaging the electrical harness of the home. Because they probably are having a lot of unexplained power surges. And it's coming from that. And it's gotten worse since the windstorm last year. But no, I feel a lot of anxiety. I feel like there's a male. He doesn't like to come home anymore because he's not sleeping. He's seen shadow figures looking in. And I feel like that his wife has too. Has seen figures trying to look in through that window. And I'm sure they're hearing tapping on the window. Because they're like, let us in, let us in. But the big shadow figure is like, he controls the other ones. He's telling them, go harass those people. Go harass those people. He's a problem. He's a big problem. But I also feel like the old guy comes in here too. He'll shake the bed to wake him up. He also likes to give the wife nightmares of her kids being killed.
Ugh.
She might be chopping it up to just normal anxiety of being a mom. You know, sometimes mothers will have those dreams of something bad happening to their kids. But when you're having it constantly, that's not normal. And he's doing it in hopes to convince you to leave.
I would have had the recorder going. Batteries were dead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. But
So I couldn't use that.
she also has a lot of anxiety. She's worried if the kids are going to sleep through the night.
And then what activities in the home?
Yeah, she's aware of it. Something about unexplained bruises on her. Those are from him. He's hitting you at night because he wants you to leave. And because he says your kids are disrespectful, he's going to punish you for it. Because he feels like you need to beat your kids with a belt more. They should be beaten into submission. He's from a different era. But they're not getting any rest at all. Nightmares, bad dreams. Doesn't help that he feels like he doesn't want to come home because of the.
But he does because he loves his family.
Yeah, but it's the activity that's in the home. The old guy's really concentrating on him to drive him out because if he leaves, maybe he calls. God, he's calling the wife a whore. And he's calling the kids, little fucking bastards, and get them out of here, or you just fucking kill them. So I think both of them may have dreams of actually killing their kids. And that's just driving up the anxiety even more. It's from him. He wants you guys out. I feel like stuff has disappeared from this room, and it's from him. He wants you gone.
But there is actually a way to get rid of him. Because
it's going to be difficult to get rid of him.
But it can be done. Because what I'm actually picking up right now is the energy from you. He's feeding that energy. But there's a way.
Well, that's how he's communicating with me.
Yeah.
Is I'm feeling that anger, that hatred. He's pissed off because he's dead. Hate to put it.
And the person that can get rid of him is you. Well, and that's why he's trying to get rid of you, say, no, leave. Right. You don't belong here. Because he knows you're the only one that can get rid of him.
Well, even worse is I feel that big shadow figure with the red eyes will come out of that wall to stare at them while they're sleeping. And they think it's part of the nightmare. I'm also feeling like somebody's had sleep paralysis.
We'd have to find out when she gets back.
Sleep paralysis, this isn't where it's caused by the chemistry being screwed up in the brain. This is actually a form of psychic attack from that shadow figure. Because I see him reaching out from where you're at. He's reaching out and he's pressing on the chest. And I think he's concentrating on the male, the husband, not her. He's concentrating on the male. He stands, reaches out, and he's grabbing them by the chest and by the throat, trying to cover them up. He's trying to suffocate them. He wants to kill them. So the poor husband, poor guy. he's not standing a chance. He's not getting much sleep. So he's probably feeling tired all the time. He's probably cranky. That's not normal. I'm stressed out. He's being influenced by the old man. It's not helping because here comes the shadow figure. It's like, little weakness. Yeah, I'm going to suffocate you. But he's thinking it's a nightmare. He's not saying anything to her about it. He's scared because he doesn't want her to think he's going crazy. But no, you're being attacked, dude. That shadow figure is not messing with the kids, though.
No, that's good.
I'll let you try. You can be shocked. Told you.
Yeah, that needs to be fixed.
Okay, this is pervy.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a feeling when the wife is in here showering or bathing, she feels like she's being watched. It's the old guy. He is creeping on you. He's watching.
So pretty much she needs to tell him not to peep on her.
Oh, he'll continue doing it. He'll even do it when she's using the toilet. But like if she's in the shower, he's gonna be right here and he's staring at her. He's looking.
She's back.
And he's playing around.
It's him.
Little girl also likes to play with the rocking unicorn.
It might be him.
So I feel that it moves on its own.
All right.
She's not really much of a problem though. And I think when she's ready to, she'll cross over. But right now she doesn't want to because she feels that the other little kids here are in danger and she wants to protect them, especially the baby. She really likes the baby. Reminds her of her little brother.
All right, what I'm going to do is turn off the camera so they can hear us. I'm going to message her and say, come on back.
Okay.
So guys, don't worry. You're on the camera still. I know.
I'll go do that real quick.
Go for it, and I'll get it where. Just hang on. I had to kind of sign off. Well, not sign off, but try to get the other part down. I messaged the client. So we can actually still stay live. The client is coming back. So please stay with us, bear with us. That's the roommate. So in a way, it's a good thing.
Yeah, 'cause
We can actually hear from her how she's sleeping at night and go from there. She is on her way back, so that's good.
okay.
The reason why they can still hear us is so they know we're not trying to set things
Right.
up and make it fake like half of the shows. Yeah, I turned off the screen so they don't see just an empty chair.
Okay.
So they can actually hear us. I tried to do the recorder, but no
Battery's dead.
Yeah, that's my tablet
Okay.
with the Phasma box. So
Sit down while we wait for her to come back. Yeah, there's turn to your EMF reader. Look at it, it's not wavered. That's too high.
Yeah.
You and I both know that.
Yeah, that is.
And that's coming from that.
Okay, when it's yeah.
Old guy died during World War II.
Yeah, that is weird. And that's on the floor too.
Mm-hmm. John, we normally, even in our own home, we see variations.
Yeah, because
We should see variations.
just like that.
Yeah.
I think she is on her way.
You did message her?
Yeah.
Okay.
She says going, so she's on her way back. I know we only have one viewer. I do apologize. We did a walkthrough. Go ahead and go back to it and actually watch the whole thing through the whole walkthrough. You got your phone?
It's in the car.
Because I'm gonna have to go back. Pardon me. My bad.
Okay, no more Italian food for you before we do walkthroughs.
I didn't even have Italian food.
Okay, no more key lime pie for you.
Okay, I'll leave. No, I'll grab your phone and go to the beginning so she can watch the whole thing of your walkthrough. When she does that, this way she can actually watch it from the beginning to now.
Okay. Because my phone's still hooked up to the charger.
Yeah. There is something definitely here.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of her, I'll grab your phone while I'm here.
Oh, hi there. Oh, hi there. Oh, you're just a chunky monkey. You smell my babies? Oh, come here. I speak your language. Up, up. Hi. Hello. Hi there, little one. So I had to go find somewhere else to sleep today, and I still didn't get sleep.
All right. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm
So
Jen.
you can go ahead and walk with me.
Okay. She doesn't sleep at night.
But I'm seeing this occur when she's sleeping.
All right. During the day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you?
Okay, what's that? Shadow figures. Something with red eyes that will stare at you.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. And tapping on your window. You might think it may be one of the kids since you're sleeping during the day, but no, it's the shadow figures. And there's lots of them around here. But a lot of your electrical problems are being caused by those power lines back there.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's not grounded at all. And I think it's gotten worse. It feels like it's gotten worse since that windstorm ripped through here last year.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
I'm wearing, I put my obsidian back on, so it helps ground me. But without it, I'm feeling like there's pins and needles all over me from the energy coming up from the ground. His EMF reader, it reads in the high, reads in the orange.
What's this got to do with fumigating?
Oh, that happened earlier in the day.
Okay.
Sorry. Oh, I cut you off guard. Sorry. She was
6
in the
a.m. to 8 p.m.
No, it was 6 p.m.
6 a.m. to 8 p.m. is
No,
what you put on the
I
text.
didn't put it was p.m. to p.m. I'm so sorry, Bridget.
Oh, sorry. Sleep.
I'm so
I was
sorry.
sitting out there in the rest area
Oh,
or at the truck stop.
I didn't know. Sorry. This is sorry, she was the word. This they're actually a paranormal
group.
group.
I thought so.
Yeah,
but-
sorry. Yes, I thought.
Wait a minute. What's this got to do with
Yeah,
fumigating?
no, sorry.
I killed some bugs, right? Not some ghosts.
No, I'm actually
the
the psychic medium with the group.
Uh-huh.
So that's my husband John, and he told me that there was some activity in the home. I prefer to do walk-in or walkthroughs blind. I didn't not to know anything.
Mhm.
But one of the first things I picked up, just turning on to this cul-de-sac.
Mhm.
As soon as I turn that corner, I can feel the energy coming off of that.
Mhm. Oh yeah,
So-
you can hear it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the power company needs to fix that because it is not grounded.
All right, we're still
That's
live,
good
so
to
they know we're not setting anything up or.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're still live. They can hear us all.
Okay.
And don't
I
worry.
see it.
If you want to
No,
be part of
they-
it, go for it.
no,
If you
they
wanna
can-
talk
No,
about it, go.
actually, believe it or not, it's not going to be facing you. It's actually going to be facing her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and right now the screen's dark.
Yeah, so
It's a real friendly puppy.
I know.
That's
Another
down.
question: has she been waking up with marks on her?
It might look like it's from the other kids, like maybe just from a toddler.
Not that I've seen on her. She wakes up at night
A
couple
lot?
times. Yeah,
Yeah.
at least twice.
Yeah, because there is a spirit here that is waking her up, and it's doing it on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had one in my home one time,
Oh really?
but I got it out. Yeah, it was interfering with my daughter's sleep. Yeah,
Okay.
Come on.
that was a long time ago. My daughter's in her 30s now.
We just had some stuff going on, so we decided
What stuff? Like what?
hearing the baby crying, she was not crying.
Really?
Hearing her say something, get up in the middle of the night, she's sound asleep.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, this is actually her walkthrough, even though she's still live.
Can I flip it?
You got the automatic flipper on?
Oh, here, John, my phone's it gets a little stubborn. Because you have to go full screen, then flip. You can turn it up, John. I think it is. I feel that it is. Because you can't, this is the only street you feel it. You don't feel it anywhere else.
Yeah, she was standing on the street before coming onto the property. Gives her more the way to actually feel the energy besides the power lines. Because normally,
John, let him listen.
yeah,
Whatever's here is being amplified by the high impact.
Yeah,
Oh, it's funny, is I can hear a buzzing
yeah.
coming off those lines. So I know last year there was a windstorm side, I was being stared at. Male,
That one there.
yeah, male, I would say mid-50s to mid-60s. Very
How
territorial.
old is the house?
Still in the 70s. The previous owner of this house passed away about a year ago.
In the house?
No, no, but they were the first owners of this house. And, yeah.
They were the only owners before you
Yes.
came in with you?
And I think live here are probably seeing shadow figures, and I don't think it's just their property.
I've dealt with crystals before in Arkansas. I go hunt for them. I don't have to look for them. I'm drawn to them.
Because I'm seeing shadow figures walking in the front.
I had my ex-husband tell me, "Come, let me show you where to," I said, "Why? I don't need you to show me where to find them at." I found one for every member of my family and my brother-in-law too.
At least 20. Versus there's a large one that likes to hang out.
You hear the room pod going off?
Yeah, I did.
Kind of lurks.
What was that?
So it's kind of like it's more than one around here.
Mm-hmm. How many would you say?
I feel that
3 human spirits, and then you have at least 21 shadow figures.
Is that?
That's
not
a that's a
normal?
lot. That's a lot.
I was thinking that. Is it like to the land, the area, or is it like something like to us?
The old guy is here to the land.
Okay.
I feel like he owned the land.
Do you think the shadow figures are from the land?
No. Somebody brought them here.
Really?
It's not one
Um,
keeps telling me go away. You're not welcome.
So
here.
were
This
you
is
having
my
this before I
house.
moved in
My
here?
property.
Slightly, it kind of just has increased to, and we just, I kind of just want to look for answers. I'm like, I need answers.
Right, I
Yeah,
understand. I
yeah.
just want to make sure.
Yeah, so it was slight, and then it just kind of,
Like after the windstorm.
yeah, it kind of like in the past couple weeks is coming more gradual.
But you always want to know if you're the person that brought them with you, you know?
I tried to set my recorder up, right? But battery was dead.
Story to that, my car is actually brand new, and I tried to start it this morning, the battery was dead. And that was like, we kind of were like, what's going on? Like, how is the battery dead? Yeah, it's a brand new car.
It could be that they use
Especially at night.
battery in the car.
Have you heard knocking from the outside?
I do, and we have these trees, and I just, it might seem like it's the trees.
It's a tree branch.
Yes, because we have these trees, especially on this one in the room. Well, we sleep in this room right here. Yeah, and we hear it a lot. What did he?
Shadow figure
Whoa.
running in.
All right, on your bedroom window, you'll.
John, just wait.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna sit down.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
You won't be driven to talk as much as be sitting, maybe.
Well, let them watch, John.
And how long did it take you to do your walkthrough?
I don't know. I didn't have a
Well,
timer.
the recording is still going, but
50 minutes? Oh, man. I was coming home, gonna get my uniform ready and go to sleep for about an hour.
Headaches, nausea, dizziness. And that old guy's not helping. I feel like he owned this property at one time. But he doesn't like any of the
Might have been
houses here.
before there was house on it,
So I think he may have been
like farmland.
Yeah, that's right. That's since that in the back is just, you know.
Mhm.
own this land. He's probably forced to sell when they moved to Brooklyn.
sorry, holes in the way. Yeah, I was trying to get where that.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Did you have curious onlookers outside?
So there,
Oh,
it's not
I'm
helping.
surprised.
Nightmares?
I've had
Yeah,
them.
when people live here, they have nightmares, especially children.
I've not had any nightmares.
Some of it's caused by the old guy.
This
The
is
same,
really-
everybody wakes up every night. Well, she'll run to the bed with us. My oldest, she's 4, and now that I think you say that, she wakes up too. But every night we'll wake up at night and come lay down with us, saying she's scared. She wants to go to sleep, and that's every night.
That's about the age my dog is. Yeah.
The little girl.
Mhm.
She's so we have a daughter who passed at a month old, about 8 years ago.
This one is more pioneer, Oregon Trail. She's drawn to your kids.
Okay.
In India, they describe it as a dead animal carcass.
You hear this, right?
Yeah, animal carcass, but yeah, my son's looking for days. It's smell.
That smell,
That's
that
what-
raw meat.
And that's what you've been smelling?
Yeah, we smell it sometimes. I mean, out there, and there's sometimes like we think it's our dog that has to go to the bathroom, but
Or it
it's
just needs a bath.
yeah.
Some of it's coming from the hole in the back.
Hole in the bathroom.
No, the pole, the tower.
Hole. Oh, okay, hole. I thought she said hole. Like, hole in the bathroom. Hole in the
It says a direct line from where we're standing right to the tower that holds up the high ground.
bathroom.
Something tells
Yeah, I
me
can see
worse
that.
winds might be.
No, that was the dog.
Definitely a lot of electrical issues. When it's flickering, that's why I can see there's
No,
a
I
lot
don't
of
think that's
energy
the dog.
within. That was my K2 meter,
Mm.
letting you guys see it.
Has the cupboard doors over here been opened by themselves?
That back door.
Some of it's little girls.
No,
The back.
on Easter night, that was we were.
Dallas wasn't here.
No, he was laying right next to us, and that door flung open, and we. She was
Was it really windy that night?
no, that's the
Oh.
reason.
John, remember I just covered that.
He doesn't like kids, he doesn't like that. He needs to get over it though.
Yeah, it sounds like the guy from
He doesn't
Portuguese.
want them here.
Where the Indian come in, you know. Talk the guy into give him his car. Car wants to go home with me.
So will the little girl. That's the little girl would throw something just to play, but play to get attention.
Have you seen items in
But
the
it's usually gonna be like a
We need
toy
it
or
actually.
something. No, this old guy, if he's throwing stuff, it's gonna be something bigger, something that adults are drawn to. I feel like he's also moving objects.
Because he wouldn't want the adults gone.
He's trying to draw them out. He's also giving the kids nightmares. Says they don't discipline their kids, they need to beat their kids.
That's what he's telling me.
They need to be beaten once in a
That's
while.
That's
Once
me.
in a while.
Guess I like so much stuff on
He doesn't like the stuff on top.
No, has anything flying off of there?
Or
It
fallen,
not fallen, no. I
but
mean,
moved.
yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, I kind of organize it every now and then, but I mean,
I know I've touched things on it a couple of times, but I don't remember moving them around. I always put them back where I got them.
It feels like there's a lot of traffic right in here. Going right through here.
That's the walkway.
Yeah.
They probably
Are going this way or going that way?
It's coming from there through here. Because I felt somebody walk right through.
It actually used to be a garage, so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, I had to turn on some lights to get
yeah,
better.
no, yeah, no worries.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We need a fireplace like that.
Let's see if that picture there. I'm afraid the kids still there.
Oh.
The picture that was up there by the electrical.
Okay.
Shadow wood.
Shadow people.
Shadow person.
I never have slept more than 2 to 4 hours at a time anyway. I've been a cat napper all my life. Yeah.
Do you feel sick half the times?
Looking like nausea, the headaches.
Well, not nausea, and I haven't had migraines in a long time. I used to get migraines like 4 or 5 times a week, sometimes a couple of times a day. But it was stress. Me and my first husband got divorced and they went away. So,
So you were probably picking up her past.
Yep, because they see into the past.
yeah, I used to get them all the time.
And that would explain what you were picking up from her energy still in there. And now I'm hearing it.
Now, there was a time when I felt like somebody might have had little cameras inside those nail holes in the wall that I took my light out and painted over.
No, it's just shadow figure.
Yeah, I
It's like your
understand.
watch.
Yeah. But I've actually had people do that.
Yeah.
Put camera stuff in my room when I was married to my second husband. There was a place where I would put a push pin in the hole and it wouldn't go in. At other times it would. And yeah. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But it feels like their abilities are scattered.
My abilities are scattered.
A little bit, yeah.
It's the EMF.
I've not had that problem. I do get distracted once in a while when I'm in the middle of meditating on something. But
Yeah, it's the EMF. It's the high EMF coming from the power lines. EMF is the interference.
Yeah. We have light. Yeah, because I turned on the light here. Here, let me get in front of you. And this is what I'm saying. Normally, it goes ballistic.
She's drawn to this game because they have kids around age.
Mama. Oh.
This is a wagon.
oh, like a horse and buggy wagon.
Mm-hmm.
The pioneer
Okay.
wagons.
Yeah. I'm like, did the kids pull a wagon over her in the front in the lawn?
Mhm.
Right here.
Yeah, I know, but I meant she's standing in the house saying she can see the river. Is she seeing the river through the kid?
It's from when she was buried.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm here. I'm coming down. Go like this.
I knew it wasn't you looking out the window and seeing the river. If I can't see the river from here, I've tried. I love that river.
See that? Use the energy and come and touch it. You were trying to make her react, and
Yeah.
You have to test it
You
somehow
see
anyway
that
to
stick
make
on
sure
there?
it's working.
Touch it. It won't hurt. See? Go ahead. Because she kept playing with the heat, because it does pick up heat signatures and stuff.
Mhm.
Because there's actually a button you push down here to
Mhm.
make it pick up heat. Go ahead and grab the antenna. We'll let you do it.
So you're asking the little girl to grab the antenna.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay.
1853.
Yeah. I'll turn that
Start up at work and try.
Yeah, I was just looking for time because I'm gonna have to get ready for work pretty soon.
There.
maybe 6 years old.
Hopefully she'll touch it again.
She said they also lost her baby brother. He died too. But they were technically
Which did happen.
We're not too far away from the Oregon Trail. They moved Portland, they moved it closer to where the trail was.
Oh, yeah. You can see the Lewis and Clark signs on them.
She also likes to play with TV. So I get a feeling that the TV may change channels on its own.
When did y'all get that little Buddha statue?
We have a
Well, we got put in there. And it was facing towards my bed, and I'm like, I went over there and turned it the other way around.
Medium,
It was
yes.
facing the other way.
She is a medium.
Oh, it's in
She's
there.
also a
A
psychic.
black
No.
Buddha. Yeah.
Has that TV turned on and off by itself too?
It may seem like it's just a power surge.
Nice. But I recall.
Or
Oh my God. I'm trying to figure out.
he also interacts with living, scratching. It might get scratches on him because he doesn't like the TV. He hates it. It's noisy.
Has anybody been scratched?
He wants it to go away.
There's a time that we had, me and my husband both had bruising on us, and it was big, like we couldn't like explain.
That's explained later.
Okay.
Hats, jackets.
Clothing, personal items. That's what he's trying. He wants them gone. Because they're too noisy. They're rude.
They're Hispanic. They're gonna be noisy.
Maybe they're nice people.
I know
need
they
it.
are. But all
Yeah,
the
but
Hispanic
still.
people I've ever been around, they're loud. You know.
But I'm looking at the fact going, they need answers and we're going to deal with it.
Right.
Which
I understand that.
you'll hear it near the time we come out here. So.
Mhm.
And you're welcome. We do our work for free. We're not in for money. We're actually there to help the clients and try to figure out what's going on.
And I got a feeling when he's around, it's gonna smell that like sulfur. Doesn't mean it's demonic. It's like there's meat to eat. Is what it smells like. So when he's around and he's getting active, that's what they're going to smell. And he does it on purpose to try to drive them out.
Question with us, this being done, like he knows that we know now, is this gonna cause there to be more activity since he knows that we are aware
He's
now?
either gonna quiet down or he's gonna amp up. But I will need to come back and see about driving him off your property to keep him away.
And it can be done.
Yeah.
But we also need to double check and do a night investigation. And that's at night with darkness, but still do live. So people that are actually watching would actually see anything that we don't see with our eyes, they would see it.
Oh, okay.
And that's why we would go over the videos that were live
Mhm.
and find out
Double
what,
check or something,
yeah.
catch anything that's-
There's energy coming off that tower. These lines are not grounded. And these lines are
You know, when I want to be
the
grounded,
wind farm
I go down by the river
downriver.
and walk barefoot in the grass.
That I can hear it static.
Good, huh?
Yeah, it sounds like it's
all day, yeah, the stats, especially when it rains, it's even louder.
Pins and needles all over my body from it.
Mhm.
And I got a feeling when they had that windstorm a year ago, it's when things really got bad. And it's causing power surges. Not just in this home, but the home next door, the home they're basically all the homes on this road. They're getting power surges, unexplained power surges, and it's coming from that.
Mommy.
Even worse, I've seen shadow figures falling on it.
Oh, that reminds me of a movie too.
That's like a residual haunting through here. Seeing a cowboy drive cattle through here. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, there's a road
Because
down
I
there.
can hear,
Have you ever walked right down to
driving the
Jeff's?
cat saying that.
That's where they ride the 4-wheel down that way.
Yeah, and there's a road that goes through.
Did you move and make
Bye-bye.
the knocking sound?
Yeah.
No, I heard it too.
It's
Kind of
residual.
that
I
way.
don't think
Mhm.
this.
Yeah.
Like tapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was almost like a.
Yeah. I heard it.
What looks like a woman.
Mommy.
What happened?
Yeah, it's more hiding from me. There's just more over there right now.
Over the other two.
Yeah. Judging by her dress, I would say 1900s, early 1900s. She's
You
still
want to
wearing
explain
her
about
vest
that
today.
shadow lady?
So I've seen that part of her skull
Mama,
caved in. And she wasn't hurt. It was an accident. Something about falling off her horse.
I knew of a man that had the whole
The
front
way
of his
she's
skull
dressed, she's not dressed as
missing,
poor,
so his
more
skin
like
was
she was
caved in.
wealthy. Something about riding her horse, saying that the horse reared and got spooked by a rattlesnake. She got bucked off and hit her head on a rock. So that may explain why part of her head is caved in. She died instantly, but it happened
I
near
don't
here.
see him.
He might be outside.
Yeah, he might be.
But she wasn't found for several years.
Is he?
She didn't tell anybody where she was born. She feels like she's maybe in her mid-40s when she died. Something about being near 3 Mile Canyon is where the ranch home was. So
3
she's on her
miles
way
is
to
not that. Not that way.
She was on her way to Boardman when it happened. And where Boardman is now is not its original location. Its original location is underwater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Our company needs to come out and check these lines. These lines are not grounded.
That was the one call going off. That's actually kind of cool. We're out
That one
here and
just
it's
did
going
something.
off, but we're not in there. I know for a fact
That one just
I could
flashed
feel
the
the
4th light
energy
on them.
from the power lines.
It's the
I
phone.
felt it when I first
It could be the
talked to
phone
client.
line.
Yeah.
But she understands about you going in blind. And yes, we are not going to go off. We're just going to turn off the camera before the client gets home to set it up so you guys can actually hear us and know that we're not setting it up or anything. But we'll get all that going later, but we got to finish with the walkthrough for her.
It looks like the shadow figures coming down off of that tower at night, climbing down, and then coming here through this backyard. I feel like this is really high traffic. Quite a few of them are drawn to the house next door.
I remember living in a house
They want to get into that house on the other side, but they
above
can't.
Malaga, Washington. It's that side of
It's
Wenatchee,
shielded.
Washington.
So
And there
somebody
was
there
a
has the
figure
whole
that came down
feel that
out
it's
of the
been
mountain and
released.
into our house and stood beside our bed.
Family has strong faith. At least somebody in there does. They have their home protected. And they're ticked that they can't get into that home. They want to get into that home.
The one next door?
That one.
That one.
They want to get in that one. Why would they want to get in?
To cause havoc.
Huh. So what would those people have that would
It
keep
sounded
them
like
from
somebody
getting in there?
was running in the
It
home
feels
there.
like that property has been blessed.
Oh,
So I wasn't
that's a
hearing things.
possibility.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know why there's so much shadow.
Mommy.
It goes into that one bedroom.
I need to find out if she's
I feel
got a
like somebody
charger,
called
like
him.
a wall plug, so I can plug
He's
that
brought his minions, but now he's trying to
in. A wall plug for a USB.
he showed me a Ouija board.
You have a report you can put it
So
in.
somebody, not in this home, but somebody in the neighborhood used a Ouija board and brought him in. They're gone.
I've been around one. I know when I was a teenager, we actually tried one, but I've not been around one since I've been here.
He likes them as well.
Somebody showed me how to make one out of paper and draw the letters and everything myself. Oh, there's a knot in that.
Yeah, because I don't know if I was grounded
There's a knot.
properly. I don't think this little thing is just this long. I think a lot of people nearby are probably like headaches or like dizzy spell, nausea. Probably get told by doctors, oh, it's the flu, oh, it's this. No, it's caused by that. Because when they're away from this, when they're home, they feel better. The symptoms go away. So that thing is not grounded.
Yeah, maybe you can, yeah.
I don't have to eat it. I was gonna go sleep till 9:40 anyway, so.
Yeah,
There.
No, maybe we can do is carry some more clothes back in from the door.
I stopped over some shoes.
and then I get a funny feeling that little dollhouse, things go missing from it. And it's a little girl. She wants to play. She wants to play with dolls.
Okay, that's weird. We come in and it was quiet. This didn't go up.
Shut up.
This old guy, he's
It's
telling
only when
everybody
we were
else,
out
shut
there it
up,
was
shut up.
missing.
Quiet and hide, she'll go away.
Yeah.
He really doesn't like me. Yeah. Same big shadow figure. He walks through this hallway. And at night they're seeing like shadow figures through here. And they'll see him and he's gonna look like he fills up the whole hallway. Really, really big. Real threatening. That little girl, she'll come in here. She wants to protect the baby from the mean guy.
That's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
The mean guy, he really hates that baby. See him kind of standing on the crib. Feel like he has hurt this child. It's giving the child not only nightmares, but I think it's physically hurt the child, pinching. And it's getting blamed on the other kids. It's actually a kid. Because he sees the child sleeping, show me he looks to pinch. To wake the kid up. And he'll shake the crib. Too.
Have you heard like tapping on that wall?
Yeah, I think I used to think it was her hitting with the bottle or something, hitting the wall. Like she was
It's
around.
him shaking the crib.
He likes to hit her.
Talking about your other one.
Mhm.
Has she woken up with marks or anything on her?
Not that I noticed. No.
And giving her night terrors. Also feel that maybe she's woken up with scratches. And that was from the little girl trying to protect her from him. And she's seen both.
She's seen both the old guy and the little girl in here. She's terrified. I feel like she doesn't even want to come to bed at night.
Yeah,
She's afraid to.
I have to
So
sleep with
getting her
her.
to go to bed is
Get
going to
her
be
to go to bed.
difficult.
Yep.
I know she's probably having a lot of nightmares, but she's not wanting to explain why.
Has that happened?
She doesn't really. She just says she had a bad dream, but she doesn't really talk about what the dream was. But
She's scared.
it had to be like around the last 4 months. It's been every day. I have to lay down with her in order for her to go to bed, and she'll wake up every night sometime and go to bed with us.
She's also seen that same big shadow figure in her closet.
Why did you do that anyway?
What?
That.
Oh, because I caught the old guy.
And you didn't explain it. Oh, she did get shocked because the light switch went. Yeah, the light switch is loose. It's hanging off the.
I saw that was loose. Yeah.
Yeah,
I never saw him do it. You
Oh,
ever
the
been
cover's
shocked by
off.
it?
That's why.
Well, it's the electrical issues in the home are being caused by the ungrounded high power lines. It's damaging the electrical harness of home. Because they probably are having a lot of unexplained power surges. And it's coming. And it's gotten worse since the windstorm last year. But now I feel a lot of anxiety. I feel like there's a male. He doesn't like to come home anymore because he's not sleeping. He's seen shadow figures looking in, and I feel like that his wife has too. The same figures trying to look in through that window. And I'm sure they're hearing tapping on the window.
Yeah.
They're like, what is that?
What you think it face the trees? It's the trees.
But the big shadow figure is like, he controls the other ones. Just tell them, go harass those people. Go harass those people. He is a problem. He's a big problem. But I also feel like the old guy comes in here too. He'll shake the bed to wake him up. He also likes to give the wife nightmares of her kids being killed. Ugh.
Has that happened?
Actually, just last night I had a nightmare that she got possessed, and yeah, it was. I woke up scared. Like, yeah, it was really bad nightmare.
Constantly. That's not normal. And he's doing it in hopes to convince you to leave.
I would have had the recorder going. Batteries were dead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But
So I couldn't use that.
she also has a lot of anxiety. She's worried if the kids are going to sleep in the night.
And then what activities in the home?
Yeah, she's aware of it. Something about unexplained bruises on her. Those are from him. He's hitting you at night because he wants you to leave. And because he says your kids are disrespectful, he's going to punish you for it. Because he feels like you need to beat your kids with a belt more. They should be beaten into submission. He's from a different era. They're not getting any rest at all. Nightmares, bad dreams. Doesn't help that he feels like he doesn't want to come home because of
But he does because he loves his family.
Yeah, but it's the activity that's in the home. The old guy's really concentrating on him to drive him out because he leaves maybe he's calling the wife a whore. And Found the kids, you know, little fucking bastards.
His time frame would think that she is because they're not married.
So I think
Right.
both of them may have dreams of actually killing their kids.
I can understand that.
And that's just driving up the anxiety more. It's from him. He wants you guys out. I feel like stuff has disappeared from this room, and it's from him.
Yeah, it's like misplaced and then comes back, we don't find
But there
them,
is
find
actually a
them.
way to get rid of them.
Back in the
Because
same
here's,
place, or-
Yeah, I'll be like, we leave it in there, come look for it, don't find it, then we go back.
but
to
it
the
can
store.
be done. Because what I'm actually picking up right now is the energy from you. He's feeding that energy, but there's a way.
Well, that's how he's communicating with me.
Yeah.
Is I'm feeling that anger, that hatred. He's pissed off because he's dead.
See?
Yeah. But
And the person that can get rid of them is you. And that's why he's trying to get rid of you and say, no, leave, leave. You don't belong here. Because he knows you're the only one that can get rid of them.
even worse is I feel that big shadow figure with red eyes will come out of that wall to stare at them while they're sleeping. And they think it's part of the nightmare.
Have you ever seen a shadow figure with red eyes?
Or felt like someone sat at the foot of your bed.
So I
We'd
honestly, that
have
was
to
the
find
dream.
out when she gets
Um,
back.
It had to be almost a year ago. I swear I saw a dog die
This
in that room,
Mhm.
but he had red eyes and the girlfriend, he was sleeping. I came out here and he's over here and I'm like, didn't I just see you in the room? And I went back to the room and he wasn't, you know, I was like, I kind of just let it be, but I swear I seen our dog over there laying, but I looked up when he looked up, he had red eyes, and then I come over here and he was laying over here, which made no sense. So
Concentrating on Melody. Stands. Just that he's grabbing by the chest of the throat, trying to cover them up. He's trying to suffocate them. He wants to kill them. The poor
Yeah,
husband,
I've
just
been catching it.
poor guy.
yeah, he's been having,
He's not standing a chance. He's not getting much
You
sleep.
might mistake it for
So he's
sleep
probably feeling
apnea.
tired all
Yeah.
the time. He's probably
It's not.
trying to
He's
keep.
being attacked.
It's not normal. I'm stressed out. He's being influenced by the old man. It's not helping because here comes the shadow. It's like, oh, the weakness. Yeah, I'm going to suffocate you. But he's thinking it's a nightmare. He's not saying anything to her about it. He's scared because he doesn't want her to think he's going crazy. But no,
That'd be a reason why
no,
you
you're
get
being
that.
attacked, dude. That shadow figure is not messing with the kids.
Oh, that's good.
He may just stand in the closet and watch them, but he's not interacting.
Yeah, that needs to be fixed. The light switch. We,
Hold on, the bathroom.
This is what?
yeah,
Pervy.
I got a feeling when the wife is in there showering, bathing, she feels like she's being watched. It's the old guy. He is creeping on you. He's watching.
so pretty much she needs to tell him not to
I started
peep on her.
screaming my head off as loud as I could. My husband couldn't even scream.
Even do it when she's using the
Somebody
toilet.
watching me outside. Wasn't here or
But
something.
like if she's in the shower, he's gonna be right here.
I leave the door open too because I'm scared. I always leave the door open when I shower.
And he's playing around.
Yeah, she pulled in. I thought it was you.
That was mean.
Okay.
Little girl also likes to play with the rocking unicorn.
It might be him.
So I feel that it moves on its own.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen things move when
She's not
they
really
were
much of a
younger.
problem, though. And I think when she's ready to, she'll cross over. But right now, she doesn't want to. She feels that the other little kids here are in danger, and she wants to protect them, especially the baby. She really likes the baby. Reminds her of her little brother.
All right, what I'm gonna do is turn off the camera so they can hear us. I'm gonna message her and say, "Come on back."
Okay.
And that's what I did. So guys, don't worry. You're on the camera still. So that was her walkthrough.
That's
Yeah.
way more than I expected.
It takes some time for her to do the walkthrough.
Mhm.
And some of the stuff that you explained to me, she picked up without me even telling.
Yeah.
But there was stuff that you didn't tell me that she picked up, and you verified that you have experienced that.
Yeah.
And see, a lot of people look at it, it's like, oh yeah, they're faking it. With this being just on the mic,
Mhm.
they could hear everything and understand we didn't set it up. We didn't walk with you over the whole thing. They actually
Definitely.
watched it just live, personally, of her walkthrough and the reveal of her walkthrough with you, and you verified stuff that she picked up that you didn't tell me. So,
Well, like with your husband being attacked, I mean, for some reason that shadow figure has zeroed in on him to actually do that.
He had to work today. He was able to get the day off.
Yeah.
I mean,
But now you know where some of the bruising you've gotten is coming from. It is from that old guy. Yes, we can basically give him a eviction notice and keep him away. And that's it. He's just territorial, but I did kind of feel like maybe he died about World War II. So this was his land. He's not just drawn to the house, he's drawn to the land. So the idea is once we can keep him off your property, let him go harass somebody else, which is what he's probably going to do.
Tape lines and stuff on the floor in there when you guys moved in.
oh yeah, we did that for the birthday.
Oh, you
Yeah,
did it.
Yeah,
Okay.
those were in there.
I was thinking like somebody did some weird ceremony or something.
no. Now, if somebody had done some weird ceremony or messed around with black magic, it actually leaves an odor.
Oh yeah.
That's the only way I can describe it, and it's just a distinct odor. But I did not pick that up. I've only ever picked that up in one place, and I'd like, nope. I turned around and left because I did not want to get involved in that, and it turned out I ended up having to anyways.
we do want to come back and do a night investigation to get more and actually have our recorder working this time. It
You're
would
going to
only
need to
be,
bring lots of batteries because they're going to keep draining it.
yeah, one of the equipments is her brand new toy she wants to try out, and it's the SLS camera system. It uses a Xbox 360 Connect
Okay.
in a tablet. It would show like
Stick figures, but you're going to see it'll show figures that are not there. So in other words,
okay,
it shows ghosts.
that was a little weird.
What?
I just saw a reflection, even though she was there. I saw her, but above the couch, walking this way.
Yeah. This whole hallway is high traffic.
A reflection on the TV screen, or just in the midair. Sorry, sweetie. I'm trying to figure out.
I mean,
It was taller than her.
Well, you just blocked out the light that was on that screen,
Yeah.
and now it's back.
I know, but I'm trying to debunk something here. See if she does. Because where I'm sitting, I'm seeing somebody, and I'm trying to.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, the hallway is high traffic.
Okay.
Okay, it was her. Okay.
You have it's the shadow figures that just come marching through here.
Yeah.
And they're usually following the bigger one.
Okay.
So if it ever felt like there was something big and mean and ugly, like you were uncomfortable with the hallway at night, it's going to be the big shadow figure.
Yeah.
And he does it on purpose. He'll change shape. That's why I hate shadow figures, because you run into these intelligent ones, they'll change shape, they change form. And it's like, wait, sorry, I don't want to. Little ears.
But I did get, and it was not at this house, but it was at another house, and I felt like it was teenagers messing around with the Ouija board. They opened up that doorway, pulled him through, and now he's here. It'd take a little bit of work to get him off of your property, but he can be moved off of the property and kept away. Sorry.
Right. There was one thing she did explain to me, which was about the voices she heard in here.
Yeah, for me, it was hard to hear the voices over the because I'm hearing that.
So for me, it's just like at random times at night, I'll either hear her crying or that she's up, or like, and I go check and they're like sound asleep. There's none of them. Or about before we had none of this started, I was getting them off the car and coming in. It was pretty late, and I hear like someone say, "Hey, Shanna," like, and it sounded like my husband. I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Wait, I'm alone." Like, and it creeped me out. So I just grabbed him off, came inside real quick, and I called him like, "Hey, are you here? What's going on?" He's like, "No, I'm at work. Why?"
That's the shadow figure.
Okay. Okay. I'll get it on now.
Most shadow figures that we've encountered in the past have always been associated with a larger negative entity. Yeah, because the smaller shadow figures that we've encountered have always been associated with a larger negative entity, and that's what we have here with the red-eyed one.
Okay.
Which means he's operating pretty close to a demonic level.
Oh God.
And when they get down to that level, we start hearing cases of mimicry. That they'll start imitating voices of people that live in the home. And what they're doing is driving up your anxiety. They're driving up the negativity. But you're not the only one who's experiencing that with him. Your neighbors on that side with the RV have had run-ins with him too. So
I just heard them talking about a battery dying.
Oh gosh.
yeah. So you're not the only home affected by these shadow figures.
Okay.
But he can be driven off. But it will take some homework to keep him off. So it would almost have to be monthly staging of not just the home but the property itself, because that's going to keep him away. If you feel like bringing a priest in to bless the home and the property, go for it. Because that helps.
We have Himalayan salt, sage, and a few other items.
Palo Santo.
Which we can bring after our night investigation and do it to kind of.
The main concentration is let's get the territorial guy out and away, because he is physically interacting with you guys, and especially by leaving bruises and then giving your kids nightmares. He needs to go, and he doesn't like that ideal. He didn't even want me to come onto the property or even in the house,
because he can look at her going, "Oh crap, he can get rid of me." So when you called and explained, I was like, okay, I know where this is going. I know what's going to happen. And on her walkthrough, she's going to pick up the same thing. And having her come in blind, she can actually feel that energy even more and pinpoint, okay, he needs to go.
Yeah. But now you understand that some of the dreams that you're having, it's being influenced by him. Because he wants you guys gone. Even though this was never he owned the land that the home is built on. He owned the land. Because he died. The way he described it was that we were at war with the Japanese at the time, which would be World War II. because we fought a war on two fronts. We were at war with Japan and at war with Germany. So that's why I feel like that he died during World War II. But yeah, as soon as I pulled up, he was staring at me out of your bedroom window.
And that's when I came around. She told me after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there anything I can do for now to help? I mean, keep my daughters more, protected. I mean,
If they're waking up with nightmares and you go in there, I would tell him to leave your kids alone. He needs to stop.
I had to do that. And I was laying in my bed. My daughter was laying in her bed, and he was interfering with her sleeping and pestering her. I just laid in my bed and told him to go away in the name of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
And he went away.
Yeah, you can also sit down with the kids, and do a little prayer, whatever your belief is. Use that prayer or whatever.
Yeah.
And let them know. Do not scare my kids. You're not welcome to scare my kids. Put your foot down. Be the person that puts your foot down. Make them stop.
Yeah.
We can actually make one for a night investigation for us to come over and go completely night, bringing all the equipment and stuff.
Yeah, but we got to work it out with the
Lana.
Well, John, she just had surgery. She just had back surgery. She's a empathic medium.
okay.
So, but she just had surgery recently on her back.
I have a question. When you were in there, okay, did you feel the presence of that guy in the corner?
There were
Over there.
3 to 5, like 3 or 4 little smaller shadow figures in that
In
corner.
that one corner? Because there was, I'd say 3 times maybe. I felt like there was an old man sitting in that corner watching me. So I didn't want to get dressed in there. So I went in the bathroom.
He would have followed you.
But that's just why I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because you see you can feel secure.
Yeah, we can set something up for a week or 2.
Yeah.
And we can put it on our calendar saying, hey, we got night investigation. Yeah, of course, I can actually share it with the whole link, and this way you can actually watch it while we're doing it. We try to do it at least 2-3 hours for the investigation, then we pack it up. We've actually did the Pilot Rock Schoolhouse, which we only did one room, but then we did the walkthrough with nobody there and everything, and she had a complete walkthrough.
Yeah. And
this way she had the whole building by herself on her walkthrough. Yeah, it had a weird kind of comment box, but
I'm glad you don't live at the Pilot Rock Schoolhouse.
I was looking to say.
Yeah, because I actually came across a couple of things. One of them is actually quite rare, was a skinwalker.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And what was funny was one of our team members who his wife or his girlfriend was watching the live feed, and she saw it on her TV because she was watching the YouTube on her TV. And she's Native American.
Okay.
So immediately she got up and shut off the TV. Because their belief is they're not supposed to see it.
Okay.
And it freaked her out. But, yes, you have a territorial spirit, but they have another spirit in there that's a lot worse. He would have driven you guys out by now. I've run into this type of a territorial spirit before, and basically they still think they own the place. They still think they can control everything, and they're basically ticked off if they're dead. As I put it, a-hole in life, a-hole in death.
There's also an app that's on my tablet here.
Okay.
Right? It's called the Phasma Box. I can actually have it playing, and it will pick up voices and stuff. And half the times she doesn't like it, but this one doesn't really freak her out as much. One of the ones you actually saw her blindfolded with the headphones. Her name's
That was
Lana.
Lana. Yeah.
And
Okay.
And having her under every question that was asked, you probably saw that video too.
I saw, yeah, I can see part of it.
We had random people ask different questions and waited like 2-3 seconds for a response. If no response, we ask another question until we get a response. It seems to actually work for those who don't understand, but having somebody blindfolded and earmuffed has them where they have a better opportunity to actually get a communication better. Because I can actually show you, sorry, hon. My keys are in here too. Guys. Scott Porter, you probably heard of him from Most Haunted Towns.
Yes.
One of his producers actually contacted us through Facebook, and that's how we ended up on their show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did it because.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody.
I know it's all scratched up.
Oh, no
It's
worries.
very old too.
Then we got minutes. Oh, piece of crap.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we cut. John, this is the word dictionary.
Fame.
Minutes.
That's a different app that she uses. It's similar to a Phasma box, but it actually brings up words, random words. Certain people use it, certain people don't. It depends on the devices they use. The reason I paid money for this one, due to the fact it actually does work.
Yeah, because this is going red hot. Letters.
Oh, man.
We had
And
somebody.
just to let you know, remember, there's no Wi-Fi on this. I'm not on your Wi-Fi or anything.
Alyssa? It's a name that came up on that.
This is what the Phasma screen looks like, right? Then it goes away. Yeah, believe it or not, I picked up the cross and put the words down here. She's like, add pops to the top. So most of it's her idea. The cross and the words underneath is mine. That's where the shirt comes from. I do drawings on my YouTube channel all the time, once a month, and then randomly pick another winner for a free shirt.
Believe me.
No, I don't want to believe you.
Somebody's wanting to be heard.
There.
So like this interacting with them, like, is that, I mean, like, if say I want to do be like, hey, go get out or stop, you know, does that gonna make it more like angry and cause more out of it, or is something I should do, if something I should do like just gradually, not just.
Well, if you have any doubt, it's not gonna work, and then they just amp up even more.
Okay.
You have to be firm, and you have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe that they. Kayla. Okay, we got somebody going through a list of names. So.
You hear that?
Yeah.
And that's what you will hear. But when the person's under the blindfold and headphone, nobody hears this, but the person blindfolded.
Okay.
And it helps them get grounded to the other side to get a better response.
Okay.
And like for an example, you're sitting here talking to us right now. That's pretty much how you speak to the spirits and act like they are alive with you. And now, you okay? You good? Okay. With this entity that's making them have nightmares, put your foot down.
Okay.
And show him that you're not afraid of him and he needs to get out. You know, that way it will be a step in that direction that needs to be done. And like what I was telling you, you have kids. That's why it was like, hey, if she has kids, we need to see what's actually going on. And she's like, yeah, let's set it up for that day. Okay. And that's why I messaged you. This way we can get to the bottom of it and help you get your life back on track. Yeah, you're still going to have some activity, not as much.
Well, there's nothing we can do about the EMF that's coming off of the tower there.
Yeah.
And that's just because the power company needs to fix that, which I don't think they will. You know, because I think this has been an ongoing issue, but it's gotten worse because that windstorm was nasty. And I think it's lost a lot of all alone. Yeah, we got somebody here. But ever since that windstorm, I think it's really loosened those wires and it's made things worse. And it is going to cost them some money because they got to get people up there to fix it. But it needs to be fixed. And they need to get a grounding wire.
Right. When you were saying they need to get it fixed, I got a response on this going, they need to fix it. It needs to be fixed. See, I knew I should have brought my Bluetooth speaker because I could have plugged it in and it would have been louder.
Yeah. Well, because John, that this much EMF energy is going to attract all sorts of things because it wants to feed off of it.
Mm-hmm. And that's why this is still on. There's a lot of energy within the home. Normally.
Well, and I think it's also damaged.
Like that. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I think it's also because the ungrounded wires, it's damaging the electrical harness in your home. So like the electrical issues that you guys are experiencing is coming from that. Why I will not like buy a house near a substation because you get the same problem with substations.
Yeah. Oh, that goes outside, baby.
let me check something and see if it's just in here.
You know what you're doing, don't you? You're sitting with a pink turd in your mouth.
See that? That's just in here.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
What is it? Is it red, John?
It's actually blinking from orange to red.
Yeah, the closer you get to the tower. Yeah. So, I mean, unfortunately, there's nothing to be done about that. Short of moving, which I know that's really difficult right now.
Did she just walk outside?
To her room.
Oh.
What was I saying? When we moved in this house, we noticed that whoever lived here before had water, like 2 liters of water, anything container full of water everywhere. Every cupboard, every closet, the bedroom, kitchen, anywhere you could think of, there was containers just full of water. It was 2-liter gallon water, anything, bottles of water. Just, is that something?
I think they were having paranormal activity even then.
Really? Yeah, I just thought it was so weird. Like I'd be cleaning out, like I took out so many containers of water, and I didn't know why, but it was just everywhere. Bathrooms, bedrooms.
Yeah. The only deal is mixing water with high EMF, it amplifies.
Oh yeah, I just thought it was weird. I never really put much of my thought into it. But
Unless they had less salt water, then it would suppress it. Which would suppress the paranormal activity. But water everywhere and high EMF. I can move.
But all right, I'm shutting this off.
Is that